Hi everybody, it's Dave here from Band of Badgers. Now, this is something that came up in a discussion recently. Now, this is an item from my own personal collection, and we were talking about 4th edition and the various stories that are there, and I think it came up on a live stream actually. We were talking about some of the stories and how good some of the stories were. We know that some people didn't like the 4th edition rules, but this came out, this is a title called Murder in Baldur's Gate. And this was not exactly a unique item, but this was kind of part of the D&D Next. Okay, so this was part of the almost transitional playtest from 4th to 5th edition. This originally came out in 2013. It was originally priced at $35. I have no idea how much I paid for it in the shops. Probably about $29.99 here in the UK. But you can see it is playable with 3rd edition, 3.5, 4th edition, and D&D Next. And D&D Next is that, as I mentioned, that is the bridge between 4th edition and what became known as 5th edition. Now, I'll show you what's in the content. It says here, components. A 64-page campaign guide describing the city of Baldur's Gate and its inhabitants. Now, as I'm recording this is October 2021, which means Avernus, Baldur's Gate, Avernus, is long since out. And if you've enjoyed Baldur's Gate Avernus, this is a story that is obviously set before that, but it's a really, really good story for a bunch of adventurers. So if you can, do check this one out. You also get a 32-page adventure book describing major plots and encounters, and a 4-panel deluxe DM screen with maps and information for the Dungeon Master. Now, here's my gripe. It says deluxe. This is not deluxe, okay? If you're used to the 5th edition, you've probably seen the hard-backed, the hard, stiff cardboard D&D screens. They're lovely, okay? This is a piece of cardboard, almost like breakfast cereal box cardboard, okay? This is not deluxe. I think that's crap, okay, for them to say it's deluxe. Because you pick this up and you think, that's solid. That feels good. This feels like, oh yeah, there's something substantial in there. So it does fool you a little bit. However, the story does make up for half of it. Now, I've bagged mine. I keep mine tidy. They've been in storage. They've been in bookcases. They've been all over the place. So let's get a proper look. I'll try and keep the reflections off. Baldur's Gate, or Baal, is a great story. If you know, or what can we say? You know that Minsk and Boo are coming back. And that also ties into a story, the computer game story, of Baldur's Gate, which is about the children of Baal, and how he got around a bit. He sowed his seed, and he created lots of children. And when they became activated, he wanted to basically kill them and regain his power, because his power was shared out amongst them. Now, these are some big characters from Baldur's Gate. If you've played Avernus, if you've read the Baldur's Gate comic series featuring Minsk and Boo, you will recognize some of these characters. And if you've played Avernus, you will definitely recognize some of these characters. There are some fantastic characters here. And now, obviously, this is 2013, so this was due during the Sundering. Now, the Sundering was part of the Forgotten Realms series, the novel series. It was a huge event that kicked off. If you're a fan of the Salvatore books, the Dritz books, I am. It had a big effect. I'm not going to spoil it too much. So, D&D, Murder in Baldur's Gate, an adventure for characters of 1st to 3rd level. This is a starting adventure, and yes, you're solving a murder, but it's not a straightforward murder. It's not like, an Agatha Christie whodunit. No, it gets quite vicious, and it kind of, you could tie it into Avernus quite easily. So let's just have a look at this before I open it up for you to show it off. Blood in the streets. Wealth flows into the city of Baldur's Gate like water. As the rich luxuriate in their mansions atop the bluff, and artisans ply their trades on the steep streets, masses of poor labourers swell the slums. Money and power beget political scandal, religious fervour, and crime and murder. No one feels safe on the rain-darkened streets. Strange, foreign gods are beseeched in secret shrines. The city is rife with corruption, and through it all, the body count keeps rising. Murder in Baldur's Gate is a D&D role-playing game adventure that can be played using the rules for 3rd edition, 3.5, 4th edition, and the D&D Next playtest. There's some really good items for D&D Next. If you can, secondhand bookshops, eBay, I don't know if Amazon will have them, RPG Drive-Thru, DM's Guild maybe. Have a look, check them out. Monster and NPC statistics needed to run the adventure for these editions can be downloaded for free. I don't know if that's still active. That'd be worth checking out. DungeonsDragons.com Sundering. So someone go and check that out. Play this adventure every Wednesday at D&D Encounters and help shape the future of the Forgotten Realms. Now, this bit is because it used to, what we have now is D&D Adventures. So yeah, that was previously D&D Encounters. So let's have a look. On the inside is nothing. They missed a trick here. Okay. Now, what they did was they put the books inside the cardboard, the flimsy cardboard. It is laminated. The flimsy cardboard DM screen. Now, let's open this up. Oh, got an advert. There we go. Look at that. The Temple of Elemental Evil. Classic D&D Modern Delivery. That's dndclassics.com. Again, I don't even remember going that the first time around. Bag of Holding. Look at that. Legend of Drizzt. Dungeon Command. Lords of Waterdeep. Yeah, sometimes it's nice. So you kind of, oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that really well. So these are the books. Let's have a look at these first. Age 12 plus. Murder in Baldur's Gate. Adventure for characters 1st and 3rd level. And look. Great artwork. As always. You never get let down by D&D's artwork. Tale of 3 cities. There we go. So it says there, the Sundering. Murder in Baldur's Gate is set during the time of the Sundering, a period of years after 1479, when many of the gods designate mortals to be their chosen. Ooh. So it's nice. It's got a lot of it's some bits and pieces for background. Here we go. Raven Guard. It begins with blood. Basically, if you don't want to know spoilers, blah blah blah, don't listen. Put your fingers in your ears. Yes, someone is is it the mayor? I think it's the mayor of Baldur's Gate is basically attacked, and it is to do with the bowl spawn. Okay. That's all I'll probably say more. That's all I'm gonna try and say about it. It is a good story. It is a good little story. Okay, I don't think you'll be playing this for weeks and weeks and weeks, but this is nice. So basically, there's an assassination attempt in the market square while they're doing a public announcement, and then you meet 3 characters. Each of the 3 characters gives you options to play. Okay, and you can do all 3. If this was a computer game, you'd probably do all 3. But you can pick a route, okay? And then you just go in and start investigating. It is really, really nice. Things do happen at a pace. And this is it's not exactly something where you have to read everything out. It's a lot about letting your players explore Baldur's Gate. And that's where the DM's screen comes in. We'll come to that in a second. So, a very nice, easy read. And it might look like much because they don't have the big pictures and presentation as you've now got used to with 5th edition. Possibly going into 6th edition soon. But this is a nice read. It's a good size. And you get these 3 kind of stories going through. You could just pick one. Whichever one they pick, whichever route they pick, you could just follow that. It'd be nice and easy. Okay, so that is book 1. This is the campaign guide. Okay, again, great artwork. Look at that. Oh. Really, really nice. Really nice. Now this one, you start to see kind of more familiar things. And for those of you who have played Avernus or read Avernus, you'll probably recognise a few bits in here. But, look where we are. If you're a fan of Beadle and Grimm's, There's one of the badges you can get. I am a fan of Beadle and Grimm's. And yes, I have the badges. Okay, so here's a rundown of the city. Again, this content can easily bolster Baldur's Gate. Just because it's set before Avernus doesn't mean you can't use it. It's not like it's out of date or useless. There's a lot of really good information here. There we go. There's some buildings. There's some maps you can use. There's Minsk. There is our beloved ranger. There's the statue of our ranger holding Boo, our giant miniature space hamster, who, yeah, there we go. Oh, a giant pygmy space hamster, it says. Hamster is Boo. Great fan of that. A big fan of the comics. The comic series. There we go. I'm just going to quickly flick through these just to kind of show you some pages, show you some of the artwork. This is basically a really nice condensed gazetteer of Baldur's Gate, and this is still relevant. You know, this is still very, very relevant. There's a lot of stuff here that you can continue to use if you do pick this one up. Again, this was in 2013. You can probably find copies floating around somewhere, but it is nice. Okay, you don't have many pages. What are we? 60 pages in the second guide. Look, there's the Off-Song Tavern. Again, for those of you who know of, who have played Avernus, you will know what that is all about. A really nice place there. There's loads of stuff. I mean, I've been to loads. Weirdly, I've been and run loads of stuff in Baldur's Gate. I think Baldur's Gate, because I played a computer game, is why I was a big fan. More so than Waterdeep. Although I was also a big fan of Neverwinter, the computer game. But most of my stories, when I start playing D&D campaigns, tabletop version, if I use a city, I think it's pretty much Baldur's Gate. So here is the Dungeon Shield. Now, as you can see, look, it is foldable. They call this Deluxe. I think the only reason they call it Deluxe is because it was laminated, which I think is a bit cheeky. But basically, you have... So facing your players is a map that they could kind of use. You have points listed. So here's the city points. Let's fold it up so you can see again. There's the city. Each one is labelled. And then you have a picture of each area. Okay, nice and simple. Easy to do. Hall of Wonders is a great place to visit. Okay, and the Sea Tower. Oh, visit the Sea Tower. So you get that on two sides. Okay, then you also have some cast members. I'll try not to get a reflection on there. Raven's Guard, the Flaming Fist. And on the other side, more cast members. Okay. Again, great artwork. It's a nice size. It's probably the same size as your the words have failed me. The DM shield, not reconstructed, resurrected. There we go. Now on the inside is a very useful DM screen. You have the entire breakdown of various locations. There we go. There are a lot of locations. I mean, this is almost sandboxy. There is a shopping list. These are random shop generators, as well as very useful, always useful, random NPC names for your shopkeepers or tavern owners. There's a full list of everything that's been recorded in terms of what is in Baldur's Gate itself. There's the city, and on the other side we have a slightly bigger breakdown again by district. There's Worm's Crossing, for those of you familiar with that one. No spoilers there. You also have a rank breakdown. And that's quite nice to have, actually. It was included in Avernus. But when I was playing Avernus, I had this to hand because I found this information quicker to read. So do be careful of that. Random street encounters. Stray dogs, crier, stray cats, courier, flaming fist patrol. Very simple. And again, this is not specific to a rule set. The reason that they say it's flexible with any rule set is because of this. It's a simple random table generators. Roll d20. See what you get. And there we go. So that is Murder in Baldur's Gate. I'm going to put that away properly in a second. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Something from the blast from the past. Not too far in the past. Maybe if you like this, let me know in the comments below. And I will dig out some other stuff from my my library and see what my library from my collection and see if you like that as well. Let me know if you're interested. You can always check out our other unboxing videos on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/bandofbadgers, and every little small subscription you can do is of a great help. And there we go. That is Murder in Baldur's Gate. A very cool opening story for your players. Until next time, bye bye.